Do not bet on this fight. It is just way too close of a matchup. MVP Michael Venom Page versus Ian Garry. What a fight, man. I mean, you have two very technical strikers. I'd say that Ian is more technical and he'll use his jab to keep the fight long, whereas MVP, he has more tricks up his sleeve. He's more creative with his striking, more dynamic. We've seen that time and time again in his bouts in Bellator. Ian Garry is way more green, and he's way younger than Michael Venom Page. I think Ian Garry's about 27, Michael Venom Page is 37, so a bit of a difference there, 10-year gap. Will the experience of Michael Venom Page be enough to stop Ian Garry? Who knows? Do not bet on this fight because it is so close. I can see this fight going a number of different ways. What I think is the most likely outcome is Ian Garry is going to outpoint Michael Venom Page. This is only a 3-round fight, and while Michael Venom Page starts strong, he likes guys coming in and making the fight aggressive so he can counter. Ian Garry, I don't think he's going to fall into that trap. I feel like Ian Garry is going to, again, keep the fight long as he always does, making it a technical boxing match. Michael Venom Page's best knockouts come when people are coming forward, being aggressive. I don't think Ian Garry is going to make that mistake. I know people have negative opinions towards Ian Garry, and I'm not crazy about the guy either, but he is a skilled competitor in the UFC. I mean, he's undefeated for a reason. He's beaten Neil Magny, Jeff Neal, which are decent names. They're not elite fighters or anything, but they are pretty damn good fighters in the sport. Ian Garry comfortably beat both. That being said, MVP made comfortable work of Kevin Holland, and Kevin Holland is a great fighter at welterweight and middleweight. Michael Page made him look silly at points by just taunting him, but I don't believe that MVP taunting Ian Garry inside the ring is going to deter Ian Garry. I think he'll just stick to his game plan, jab, and then just try to outpoint Michael Venom Page. Both guys have gotten hurt in the past. Ian Garry has gotten dropped before, and Michael Venom Page has gotten knocked out by Douglas Lima. In quite a vicious way, mind you. This is going to be such a technical fight, and it has the potential of being really boring, like incredibly so, or very exciting, with lots of back and forth action. I'm really not sure, but this is just a PSA. I'm not trying to make a full in-depth prediction. This is just a PSA to all the bettors out there. I know some people like to gamble, and that's all good. Don't bet on this fight. It's just so hard to call. There are plenty of other fights on the card that you can bet on. Don't bet on this fight. If you were going to bet, and again, don't, but if you were, I'd say put a tenner on an Ian Garry decision. MVP's a great point fighter, and it could end up being a robbery. Michael Venom Page could win the fight, but then get robbed on points. That could definitely happen. I can see this going a number of ways. Just don't bet. Just don't bet. This one, you can't bet on it. It's just such a 50-50 close fight. It's fantastic. MVP and Ian Garry are the same weights, they're the same heights, they have similar reaches. None of them have the physical advantages. It's going to be a rather even playing field, which is fantastic. That's what you like to see in MMA and boxing. So holy fuck, this is just going to come down to who wants it more and real technical ability in the striking range. I can see Ian Garry going for takedowns and trying to hold MVP up against the octagon to try to score points that way, possibly. That could be a game plan. Again, he might not stick to that, but just to catch the judge's eye. But yes, MVP, Ian Garry, the most exciting fight on the card, at least to me. Don't bet. This is you gambling responsibly. Just don't bet at all, especially on this fight. Just, it's not worth it.